Oh boy. As we already know, Fafnir is coming to Hero Wars. He's being imported from Hero Wars Mobile into Hero Wars proper. And, well, just based on what we saw in the video, which I'll show you right here. Let's show you a clip here like about his abilities. Yeah, none of those abilities really strike me as that great. Yes, you can buff armor penetration, but armor penetration doesn't matter if the enemy team is spamming dodge buffs, because it doesn't matter how much armor penetration you have, you can't hit the enemy team. A more practical buff, like, well, armor penetration's good, but a more practical buff might be buffing agility, so you have a higher two-hit chance. Like, buffing agility increases your two-hit chance, at least for a physical attacker, like, at least for agility-based heroes, or even just buffing bad primary stats in general. So that actually affects your two-hit chance versus dodge. Like, that would be, like, a better way to actually deal with dodge buffing, because here's the thing, like, high-end PvP is defined by, essentially, like I said, well, it's defined by Ode to Serenity from Sebastian. It's defined by this ability, and the other ability that's, like, really defining is, dodge plus 88, 98. That buff, right, artifact buff you have from Aurora, Dante, and Heidi. Mostly from Aurora and Dante. Heidi sits far in the back, so he doesn't spam buff it like Aurora and Dante do. But this buff right here, like said, with Kayn, Dark Patron, a hero like Aurora can literally spam up like 3 or 4 dodge buffs at a time. Like, and the enemy team will constantly have like 25k, 30k dodge up at pretty much all times. Like, it's just insane, like, how much dodge ends up just being there. Like, it's just, like, super impressive to physical teams. So buffing physical attackers, I don't think it's going to matter much. The runic ability, that has some potential, but I kind of feel like Fafnir is going to be one of those heroes who's, like, ultimately worthless. It's kind of like Tristan. Tristan, nobody uses Tristan. Like, he's another armor pen buffer that was imported from mobile. He buffs armor penetration with his artifact weapon. Armor penetration, he actually has what is it, serving the light, Blessed Vanguard. This one right here, this gives him bonus energy for heroes in front of him. Like, every time the hero in front of him gets energy, he gets bonus energy, and he even gets a bigger bonus if the hero is blessed. So rather than using blessed heroes like Luther or Galahad, you can actually just put him behind Aurora, who's going to spam up a bunch of dodge buffs and give him more energy than either Luther or Galahad could ever dream of. So, like, this blessed mechanic's also pointless. Like, all these special mechanics, like, that we've imported from mobile also are pretty pointless. Blessed doesn't matter. The one on Isaac, like, Isaac has we actually gave an engineer role. This was not imported from mobile, I don't think, because Isaac was actually designed for Hero Wars. But the engineer tag's also a pointless special. Nobody uses Isaac with Fox. There's no reason to ever use Isaac with Fox. There's no reason to ever use Ginger, really. I mean, Ginger's not a good hero. Fox has some use as an armor pen buffer who sits in the backline. She's the only armor pen buffer that's like a backline armor pen buffer. Like, so she can sit behind Nebula or something. Like, so there are some lines that might want Fox. Like, she's not that good, but there she does at least have some role, where Ginger's just a bad hero. But yeah, no, Fafnir, I think he's going to find the same role as Tristan, which is none at all. He's going to be another one of those useless heroes who just exists to take up space on our rosters. Like, I'm probably mostly going to ignore him. Like, I'll do the events or whatever, but I wouldn't recommend, like, going out of your way to get him or anything. Honestly, the Ishmael rework seems more promising. And I will link a video about the Ishmael rework at the end of this video, so just keep watching. But, like, if you go look at the heroes who are imported from mobile, like, so this will be the 6th hero they've imported from Hero Wars Mobile. All the other heroes were originally designed for this game. There's 5 heroes so far, and there'll be soon to be 6 heroes that were imported from Hero Wars Mobile. First hero was Morgan, and then Corvus, Alvanor, and then Tristan, and then Amira. These are the 5 heroes they imported from Hero Wars Mobile, and none of these heroes see significant amounts of play outside of, like, Morgan, to a lesser extent Corvus. Sometimes you'll see Amira, but Like nobody, like I said, one Tristan, you never see Tristan. Alvanor, you never see Alvanor. Occasionally, like I use Alvanor in like the guild raids for like team 3 or whatever, just because he's okay versus defensor, but he's not like amazing. Like he does like let your second team or whatever get to like 5 million damage or something versus the 150 boss or 160 boss, whatever. Like, he can be okay to help force a little bit of damage on the high end boss, but he's not worth it. He's not a good hero. Tristan's not a good hero. Uh, Tristan might be better than Elmir, but it doesn't take much to be better than Elmir. But like I said, so these are the guys we got imported from mobile. Fafnir is going to join these guys, right? So these are all set. So, but if you want to compare, like compare like those guys compared to that. So let's compare the heroes they've released in Hero Wars since 2019 proper. So in April 2019, they released Martha. In September 2019, they released Anvari. December of 2019, they released Sebastian. In December 2000, in May 2020. They released Yasmin, 2020, they released Yasmin. December 2020, they released Isaac. And then in December 2021, they released Iris. So these 5 heroes plus Anvari are the most recent heroes they've developed for Hero Wars proper. Like the power level of these 6 heroes compared to the 6 heroes we're getting for mobile aren't even comparable. These heroes are all much better than the Alvanors and the Tristans of the world. I mean, like the worst hero of these 6 is probably better than the best hero of the mobile heroes. Like you can make a case between Anvari, whether or not Anvari, like Anvari is probably the worst hero, or maybe Iris. Like you could make a case whether it's Anvari or Iris, but the best hero of the mobiles definitely Morgan. Because Rufus is really commonly used in PvP on the high end, especially like on defense, and Morgan's a solid counter. Corvus is sometimes used as well, but Alvanor, like I said, you got okay to just trash heroes versus all these heroes here that were released for actual Hero Wars are all quality heroes. They're all worth using. They're all pretty good generally. Like they're all like none of them are like below like B tier. They're all B tier or better, whereas Morgan, like Corvus, are probably B tier, like at the best, in best case scenario. Like you're talking B tier and below. B tier and up, B tier and below. That's the difference between Hero Wars and Hero Wars Mobile. Like we get, anytime they want to import a hero from Hero Wars Mobile, it's always some garbage hero that's half-assed. Like it just quit it. So Hero Wars Mobile is a completely different game with a completely different meta game, completely different considerations. Like I just rather if they're gonna import, they just rather than not import the heroes at all. Or just like I said, I'd just rather them not import heroes at all. Like reworking existing heroes, like Ishmael, I think's better. Like to actually make them maybe competitive, I think's better. But Fafnir as a physical attack buffer, I mean that's just like physical attackers are in a terrible place right now. So I think Fafnir will be another hero who's ultimately completely useless. Anyway, if you want to know more about the Ishmael rework, though, I think that one's more promising. Check out the video below. Thanks for watching.